Hey guys, it's Lance at Max Sound Solutions, and do you have an older car that does not have CarPlay and you're jealous of your friends driving around with their CarPlay or their Android Auto? Well, you don't need to be anymore because you can pick one of these bad boys up. This is the CarPod Go. It has a 60 frames per second refresh rate. Actually, I would call it 60 hertz, not 60 frames per second. But the reality is this is a game changer for your older vehicles. You now get your CarPlay, you get your music, everything on a touch screen. It's super responsive, it's super bright, it's super easy to connect. You just plug in the cigarette lighter adapter, it magnetically mounts to your dash, and there's different ways of mounting it. But I wasn't sure where I was going to be able to mount it because my Audi comes with a pop-up screen that sticks up out of the dash already. So you can see with the Audi and my MMI screen, it doesn't really work well to have this on the dash. There just isn't enough space for it. And then I thought, hey, I can remove my iPhone mount and put the screen on the same mount, even though they say you should really mount this on the dash. The magnet is super powerful, and I figured why not give this a shot? And I wound up using the CarPod Go mount for my iPhone. And there we go. There's my mounting setup for now anyway. It may be overkill, and I'll have to do some wire management. And the CarPod Go automatically turns on when you hit the start button on your car, which is great. It powers on and off automatically. You get the logo for your car, which you can set in their menus. And in a few seconds, it boots right into CarPlay automatically. And the screen is super crisp and bright. It has great viewing angles, and it goes up to 700 nits, so even in bright sunlight you can see it looks great. It's got independent brightness settings for day and night mode, and you can have it auto switch into night mode by setting the time or use the built-in light sensor. Now we're going to look at the CarPod Go audio settings, and it's quite diverse. You've got dual Bluetooth, display only, meaning that your audio is going to go from your phone directly to your car. So obviously you have to have Bluetooth in the car to use that mode. Or you can send audio using the FM transmitter, or you can use the aux out if your car has an aux input, or you can just use the speaker on the display itself. And while it's not going to win any awards, it's usable if that's all you got. So I've opted to use the aux out, but what that does is it uses the auxiliary output jack, which means you need an additional cable running in your car. So you need the power cable, which is the USB-C cable going to the unit, and then you need the aux out. So of course Bluetooth wirelessly is a nicer setup, but you do get better sounding audio because what happens is it uses Bluetooth to connect to CarPlay, but then it switches to Wi-Fi for audio. So you're getting full bandwidth audio, not compressed Bluetooth. So you're getting better quality audio. And that's not the reason I'm doing it, because I'm more about convenience and Bluetooth sounds pretty darn good. But the reason I'm doing it is because my Audi S3 2015 and several other models have a quirk with the iPhone where when you try and send a text message when you're driving and your phone is connected via Bluetooth, your microphone does not work. The voice dictation for some reason does not work. You can say the hey S word, but when you try and use the little microphone to dictate a message, it doesn't work. So that was always frustrating. And the other issue it has is if you're using Waze on your phone, voice prompts don't come through the stereo for some reason. Only if you're playing music, then the voice prompts come through for your directions. But if you don't want to play music and you just want the voice coming through to tell you which way to turn, it doesn't work. I don't know why. It's some kind of quirk, and these are older cars and Bluetooth was fairly new technology, so it has something to do with the whole MMI system. And nothing changes when you use the CarPod Go because you're still using your usual Bluetooth setup, right, with your iPhone. That's not any different here. So I used the aux out and I ran a cable into my auxiliary input, and I have to use this silly adapter because they don't have a regular mini input. But then once I got that hooked up, my audio is now streaming via Wi-Fi, not Bluetooth, and on the Audi I have to select AV input. And then my voice will go out for a text message. I can just say, hey S word. Send a text message to Lance McVicker iPhone. And I'm just sending myself a text message, but as you can see, bingo, It worked.
Yay.
And Waze voice prompts now works without having to also be playing music. So 5 years later, problem solved. The only downside to this is when you're using the AV input on the Audi, the MMI screen shows nothing. It's just blank. After you select AV, it just turns blank because you're not feeding it video. But you have the CarPod Go, so you don't really need that second display for anything except a backup camera. And the CarPod Go does come with its own backup camera, but the MMI Audi system has one already. So you can check out other YouTube videos on how to install the backup cam. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. There's a link in the video description for the CarPod Go. I highly recommend it. I think you'll love it, just like I do. And I'll see ya in the next Max Sound Solutions video. Take that, Tesla.